Welcome everyone, come on in. My name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor and recovery coach. I am a certified life coach. I also help in dating. I also help with getting out of narcissistic abusive relationships. Anyone who is in my live on TikTok that are just coming in, thank you for being in both. Lori, what's up, my girl? How's it going? How long does it take to end a Traumabond? I have a Traumabond recovery course written by my friend Lisa Sani that is in the link in my bio if you want to go and check that out. It's a 12-week self-guided course, so something that you might enjoy. Do you love the pink? I know, I have a few other ones as well, so thank you for noticing. Happy that I'm live. Hi, love. Hello again. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. Yeah, sometimes they do suck. Sometimes they're amazing. So it's you know, having education on narcissistic abuse, knowing what you went through can help deal with the fact that sometimes the opposite sex sucks, or the sex that you're dating sucks. So I help abuse has no gender. So I help people in same-sex relationships. I help people who have narcissistic wives, girlfriends. I help people who have their mom is a narcissist. I help people who their dad is a narcissist, or their husband or boyfriend is, right? It takes a lot of time to heal. Absolutely. Just get me through the night. Yeah. Do you think I should move back in with my mom and live with the narcissist? I can't find an apartment. That's a hard question, right? You have to really outweigh. You know what I usually do whenever I don't know what to do and I'm stuck with a situation? I do kind of like a pros and cons. What are some of the pros and cons? And make a list and kind of see how that works out for you. If you have more cons, then maybe you don't. Maybe you find a different place to stay. Maybe you stay with a friend instead of. You help me understand that abuse comes in many forms. Open my eyes. Thank you so much, Lori. Yeah, abuse does come in many forms. Abuse comes in so many forms. Is it normal to be distraught for months after dating a narcissist you only dated for 1 month? Yeah, it is normal. They can come in hot and heavy, and it can take a long time to heal. So absolutely be kind to yourself. If you're ever feeling like you were in a situation and you didn't think it was long enough, or you didn't think that it was as significant for you to feel like you need to be healing from it. Any type of abuse, any type of manipulation, anything where you felt that you were used, manipulated, lied to, cheated on, stolen from, any type of those things, you were in an abusive situation. I don't care if it was 1 week or if it was like 10 years. That's abuse, and it's just as bad, and your trauma will always be the worst because it is your trauma. How do you know if someone is a narcissist? Well, first you want to focus not so much on the word narcissist. I know that's what I talk about because I'm a narcissistic abuse coach, but you want to talk about what this person is doing to you. How do you know someone is toxic? Well, you don't feel like yourself. You don't feel like you can share your good news or your bad news, right? You feel like you have to filter everything you say and do because that person's going to judge you. And that person doesn't want to support your dreams and goals. They want to tear you down. That is a toxic person. If you're dealing with someone like that, they're toxic. Do you know how to deal with feeling bad after being in an extremely toxic relationship? Like, she used to do some crappy things and threatened to starve herself. She played the victim. Yeah, it sounds like a vulnerable narcissist, or sounds like someone who's a covert narcissist. Somebody who plays the victim, and thank you for all those hearts. Someone who plays the victim and does this type of like victim mentality, playing the role, and everyone's against me. Everyone's against me. You know, that type of that's usually a type of person who's a vulnerable narcissist who wants you to feel sorry for them. Says things like, you know, everyone leaves, you're going to abandon me, everyone, you know, cheated on me, all my exes were crazy, my parents were this, I had all this trauma, feel sorry for me, feel bad for me, and then you do. You actually don't know how to get out of the situation because you do feel bad for them. They make a good day and a bad day worse. Good news is how becomes bad now becomes bad news. Exactly. You can't share your good news. You can't share it at all. Death Smoke, I'm so happy you came across my page too. How do I know that I'm not the toxic one and I feel like the shitty things you did in the relationship? Because they make you feel like you did those shitty things and that was your fault. They actually tell you. You do it too. To excuse their own bad behavior, they tell you that you do it. One of the most common things I get when I coach a client is, am I the narcissist? Am I the toxic one? I did bad things too. The narcissist won't actually admit to some of the bad things that they do. You will. They don't want to take accountability for some of the bad shit that they do. You will. That's the difference. You have that empathy. That's what you have. Because you're empathizing with someone you might have abused. You're wondering if you're the narcissist. Why are you wondering that? Because you actually think that you abused somebody. You actually think that you were the toxic one. A narcissist isn't going to think that they're the problem. They're going to want to make you the problem. Thank you for all those likes. Appreciate you all. How would you be extremely nice and then he would be extremely nice and then slip up and then he'd be so angry and he'd finally be putting, okay, I feel guilty. I don't know what to do. So in this situation, guilt is a feeling that we can't control. So these are feelings that we can't control. So you just have to honor that you feel guilty, but also focus on the truth. Okay, focus on the truth. When you feel guilty, why do you feel guilty? Right? Ask yourself, where is this guilt coming from? Be curious as to where it's coming from. And then be kind to yourself and accept that that's a feeling that goes away. Just like being hungry, it goes away. Can enmeshed and narcissistic go hand in hand? Enmeshment is basically having no boundaries. Enmeshment happens a lot in family dynamic. Enmeshment is basically like, I start over here and then you start over here and we're all connected and we're all enmeshed together. So that means there's no boundaries. There's no, I can treat you however I want to treat you because that's how I treat myself. Hi from Dubai. I love your content. Thank you so much. How to control jealousy from a past trauma in relationship. Understand that your jealousy came from another person or whatever your distrust is. If you were hard done by somebody else, you can't vomit that onto another relationship. You can't put that on somebody else because they had no part in it. So if you want to deal with that with a coach. Come to me, talk to me about that so that you can be healthy for the partner that you are with right now. Or talk to a therapist, but get some of that trauma out and those jealousies out because that person that you're with now isn't a person who caused that distrust. Keep that with the person that caused that distrust. They don't need to have the same trauma be put on them and then your insecurities vomited onto this new person, right? You want to be able to heal through that and be able to work through that with a therapist or a coach and be able to talk about that with somebody who understands it and not give that to a new person. Narcissist people will never own it. No, they don't want to take accountability. They don't want to take accountability. They want to blame you. They avoid accountability. Why? Why do they avoid accountability? Why do they avoid it? Because they don't want to be the problem. They told you that you were the problem, right? They said you were the problem. At fault for choosing a hothead? What the fuck? What does that mean? BPD, like what exactly? Yeah, so, borderline is a little different. So I'm not a clinician, so I can't really touch on the cluster Bs. But I know with narcissistic abuse, it is a lot different. It's probably one of the worst ones. And they abuse you in a way that they don't care. They're the eye of the storm. And all around them, everyone is suffering. They create chaos all around them. Everyone around them is suffering. And they're like, what's everyone's problem? That's their problem, not my problem. Because the narcissist is sitting in the eye of the storm that they created. And everyone is at fault. And the person in the middle, the narcissist, is unfazed. They don't know. Right? How do I break free? Book a coaching session with me. I can help you. Go to the link in my bio. I offer one-on-one coaching. You can work with me one-on-one and I can help you come up with a plan. I can listen to your story from a place of love, a place of indifference, a place of, not indifference, a place of no judgment, a place where I understand where I came from because I was you. I used to be you. I used to be in the situation you are in right now, and I helped myself get out of it. So I'm going to show you how to help yourself get out of it. Right? There is no contact. No contact helps. So if you do want to work with me, you can book on the link in my bio, and we can talk about exactly what you went through and dissect that relationship for you and understand what it is you went through so that you can heal from it. It's important to know that you can do the work. The narcissist cannot do the work. And congratulations that you finally blocked your ex. Freedom snaps for anyone who blocks their ex. I always, always, always congratulate anyone who blocks their ex. Snaps to you. If you blocked your ex, congratulations. You are free. I can promise you that freedom is so sweet. Every single day on this side of freedom is way better than that narcissist. My worst day, I almost died of COVID last year. Last year, I was on a ventilator and I woke up after 8 days being in ICU and almost dying. I was on life support in an induced coma, and I woke up from that with my hands tied down on a hospital bed in ICU thinking this is the worst day of my life. And it was scary as fuck. Yeah, it was. But that day I was free. That was my worst day. And I can promise you that your worst day on the side of freedom will always be far better than the best day you ever had with that narcissist. And hi, Mom. How's it going? My mom is in here, you guys. Violetta, hello. That's my mom. Just so you know, that's my mom. And yeah, I'm telling you this because I want you to know that you can heal from this. That when you are free, no matter how hard it is, you survived the narcissistic relationship. If you survived the narcissistic relationship, you can survive healing from that narcissistic relationship. Healing is hard, guys. It's not easy. We have CPTSD. Some of us have anxiety. Some of us deal with lack of sleep, loss of appetite. A lot of us have, triggers, nightmares. A lot of us are hypervigilant. Violetta, so proud of your daughter. Thank you so much. I owe it all to my mom. She definitely helped me through a lot of all of this. So thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mom, for always believing in me. I had friends that I had to drop. I had to drop friends in this healing journey because it was really hard for them to understand what I'm going through and doing. My mom was there by my side all the time. So here's a question. Which is the first red flag of a narcissist? Yes, this is a really, really, really good question. One thing that I noticed with the ex that I married, so the narcissist in my life that I married, when I noticed something wasn't right, was he treated me differently. Thank you, Mom. He treated me differently when I was around other people. So when we were around other people, he would treat me better. He would be like, oh yeah, and love bombing it's charm, and love bombing is kind of a staple. So if somebody's trying to move too fast, telling you that they love you on the first date, and they're really, really charming, okay? Charming you think is a good charismatic person. No, that's not a charismatic person. Charming is a manipulation. Charming is trying to put you under a spell. But one of the first red flags that I saw with the narcissist I married was this, I have this beautiful girlfriend. She's so beautiful. Look at her. And he would treat me so nice, but behind closed doors, he was really mean. And he'd be like, I can't believe you wore that shirt. We were with really important people. Why would you wear a shirt like that? They put a mask on, right? It's the same. It's Jekyll and Hyde. Hey, Ashley's in here. Hello. So I want you to know that if you feel like this person is not consistent, inconsistency is one of the number one red flags to look for. I die for you on the second date. Whew, that's run. Somebody said that to me on a first date, second date, third date. I don't care what date it is. Maybe I'm dating them for a month and they say, I die for you. That is immediate. That's a fireable offense. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to run from that. Hi, beauty. Such great info. Go follow the narc in me, you guys. This is another narc avenger. is wasp, right? So I talked about this on my TikTok live. If anybody was on TikTok, just I don't have two phones, so I can't do the same at the same time. So I was on TikTok live, and we were talking about how the Narc Avengers is a group of 16 creators in this space that talk about and spread awareness about narcissistic abuse. And a lot of us are survivors. 2 of us are actually self-aware narcissists. So if you want to follow all of us and know who we are, go to our page, Narc Avengers. Narc Avengers. We are on Instagram, we are on TikTok, and if you want to check out our website, it's narcavengers.com. There is a meet and greet coming up in October in Austin, Texas. So if you want to meet some of us in person, unfortunately I won't be there, but I will be at the meet and greet that's getting planned in Canada, because I live in Canada. And that's going to be in Toronto in November. So I will be there. Narc Avengers, right there, guys. So if you want to see who we all are and find out who all of our check out all of our pages, we are a conglomerate of people who all have our own platforms. We all have our own brands. We all have our own way of what we're spreading and the education that and the awareness that we're doing with this type of stuff. But we all come together and collaborate sometimes. We're a team, but we're not all part of the same. We're in an umbrella, if that makes any sense. So Ashley, the Narc in Me, is in another one of the Narc Avengers that's in this space. So go follow her and go check out the Narc Avengers and try to see if you can follow all of us if you want to. Filing for a divorce after 15 years of extreme abuse. Hey, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. Freedom snaps for you. Any tips on how to spot a narcissist early on and during dating? Yes, what can you do to put them to the test? So what we want to do is we want to remember we never want to put people to the test, okay? We don't want to test them. One distinction or a little shift that you can say is instead of testing them, you're looking for signs, right? And if you see a sign, and you have to really listen to your intuition. One way to access our intuition is to meditate, to be able to get into a practice meditative state, or just be able to relax and shrink our amygdala where we get normal, regular stress, and just be able to be in this space of like clearing our mind and not having too much stress, and then also attending to our own emotional needs by ourselves, to be reliant and not depend on other people for emotional needs. Because, okay, if you rely on somebody else for your emotional needs, when they love bomb you and you rely on them for that need, you are going to fall for the love bomb. You're going to think that you need that. They're going to give you all this attention. And if you can't give that to yourself, you're going to rely on it from someone else. And if that's a narcissist, you're duped. You're screwed, because you're going to be stuck with this person because you're always going to rely on them. They bank on you relying on them. They bank on it. So one thing you have to do is really practice your self-care. The second thing you have to do is really understand your own emotional needs and be able to provide yourself with that. Be in practice of self-love and self-care so that you can rely on yourself and be independent emotionally. If you can love yourself, you can love someone else. Okay? And you could see red flags. So the very first thing is you want to look for love bombing. You want to look and see if the person is charming you, manipulating you, telling you that they're your soulmate, telling you that there's nobody else in the world that we're destined to be together, right? All of these weird things that they say to you that make you feel like you are theirs, right? That you are their counterpart, or it's destined to be together. These are red flags. Watch out for that. If you're on a first date with somebody and they say they love you, I would run the other direction if that were me. Another thing a narcissist does is they try to mirror you and pretend to be you. So they're just kind of like picking up traits of you. They watch the way you move. They watch the way you sit. They watch how you talk, your mannerisms, the way you speak. A lot of little things about you, your little quirks. They pick those all up. And then they actually start to pick up things you say. So if you say you love Jay-Z, they're going to all of a sudden love Jay-Z too. Oh my God, I love Jay-Z too. They'll start playing Jay-Z all the time. If you talk about some traumatic experience that you had when you were a child, they'll say, yeah, I experienced that too. Wow. And then you're going to feel like you've met someone who is exactly like you, and you begin to trust them. They do this by getting you in their good books really soon, really quickly, so you feel like you're comfortable with them. That is a huge red flag. You want to stay away from people like that who are trying to get too much out of you too soon, right? Trying to manipulate you to falling for them. If they tell you they're your soulmate or your twin flame, oh, that one is one to watch out for. Twin flame. Watch out for twin flame. Because there's a lot of people in this spiritual realm that'll tell you things where it's like, we're twin flames or we're soulmates. Their destiny brought us together. We were together in a past life, shit like that. You want to stay away from people like that because either they're just trying to manipulate you to like get you to trust them, or they might not be mentally stable. And I'm just saying that because I've seen a lot of it. What if you're stuck because you're not financially stable? Yeah, well, a narcissist will get you to this place of isolation where you don't feel like you can really rely on anyone else but them, emotionally, financially, physically, and that there's nobody else. So yeah, it's really hard to get out of these situations when you're financially stuck. Understand, though, that when we remove the chaos of the narcissist, we can access our personal power and we can access ways to monetize for ourselves. Once I started removing the narcissist out of my life, once I started focusing on me and not him, I was able to create this business and start learning about narcissism and start monetizing and helping other people heal. So that's a really important thing. When we remove all the chaotic people in our lives, I had really chaotic people in my life. I had people who loved to see me down in the dumps. I had people in my life that were like, oh, what are you doing on social media? You're healing. You've changed. You're not for me anymore. You're all about yourself. All you do is talk about yourself. And these were my friends, right? And these were people who were like, all you ever do is go on TikTok. All you ever do is go on Instagram. You're all over the social media. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? And they bring me down because they want to see me crying over my ex. They want to see me sitting around in my tears, wallowing in my own self-pity. They want to see me do that. And I wasn't succeeding then. I was I was dependent on my ex, and I was just not in a place where I could make any money for myself or do anything for myself or succeed. So what did I do with those chaotic people? I kicked them out of my life. They're gone. They're gone. And now I can access something very important to me, which is my intuition. I can access my passion, my dream. There's something on this planet that you were meant to do. You were meant to be here. You are meant to do something. So even if you're financially stuck right now, you're stuck because there's chaos. There's a narcissist in your life keeping you there. Or there's a toxic person or toxic friends in your life that are keeping you there and stressing you the fuck out. So if you want to get into a space of healing and financial independence, you have to remove the toxic people who are in your life that are dragging you down like a crab mentality type person. Who here knows what crab mentality is? Hands up if you know what it is. Crab mentality. There are going to be friends in your life who have crab mentality and live in crab mentality. Who knows what that is? Before I explain it. Crab mentality. Anyone ever heard of this? Crab in a bucket? Ever heard of this? Crabs in a bucket? There are going to be people in your life, and narcissists are these people. But there's also going to be people in your life, friends and family, who have crab mentality. If you put one crab in a bucket, the crab is going to climb out of the crab, crawl out, and go out into the ocean, okay? And free it, set itself free. That's one crab. If you put 8 crabs in a bucket, they will pull all the other crabs down, and all of them in that bucket will not be able to get out. They'll be stuck there. So much so that fishermen who fish for crabs don't have to put a lid on their bucket of crabs because they know that none of them will let anybody out. Okay? People are like this. One crab in a bucket can crawl out to freedom. 8 crabs in a bucket will all stay there. That the fisherman doesn't have to put a lid on the top of that bucket because they know that the crabs are going to be pulling each other down. So you're going to have friends and family, people in your life who have this crab mentality, who want to drag you down into that bucket and say, no, you're not allowed to go up there and succeed. You're not allowed to be better. You're not allowed to be healing. You're not doing that. I'm pulling you down. I'm dragging you down here with me because I'm more comfortable when you are in the dumps, when you are down and dirty, when you are sad and crying and pityness. It's called crab mentality. They want to see you down in the dumps. They don't want to see you succeed. Why? Because when they see another crab going up and succeeding, they're jealous that they can't do what you do. They're jealous because they can't access the type of healing, the type of power that you have. They don't know how to access that, and they're jealous that you can do it. They're jealous of your goals and your dreams and that you're reaching them. They're jealous because they can't access the type of experience and healing that you are accessing, and they don't want you to succeed. They'd rather pull you down to their level than watch you succeed. That is called crab mentality. And a person with crab mentality is toxic. You have to cut them out. I've done this. It's sad. You're so welcome. It's sad. I've had to grieve friendships, long-term friendships that have been in my life for a really long time because I accessed this power that came with some, yes, negativity, but came with a narcissist. And I had to access this power in order for me to heal. And the second I cut these people out, I started succeeding. I started helping more people. I started growing my business to a place where I'm helping communities and not just myself. So please remember that. There will be people in your life who will not like this new person that you've become, who will tell you that you've changed, who will tell you that, you're not for them, you're selfish. And those are the type of people that you can love from afar and just say goodbye. Can't cut them out, unfortunately, but you've learned to set boundaries. Yes, boundaries are very important. Boundaries are for you. Boundaries are for you. They're not for anyone else. So when you set boundaries, you're not saying, hey, you're not allowed to do this and you're not allowed to do that. That's not a boundary. That's not a boundary. A boundary is, I don't allow anyone to do this. I don't allow anyone to do that. That's the shit you get to put up with. You don't put up with that shit, they're out. Boundaries are for you. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I offer coaching. I do 30-minute and 60-minute sessions. I can also do packages, and I can also do text packages for you. Boundaries is one of the number one things we work on when we coach together. So something that you want to work on is your emotional boundaries, and also boundaries as in standards for yourself. You are a hoppin' poppin' nightclub. You are the best nightclub in town. And in order for anyone to get into this nightclub, they have to pay a cover charge. What's the cover charge to get into the nightclub? $5? 5 boundaries, all right? 5 boundaries. If they don't have those, if they can't access those, they don't have $5, they don't get access to the nightclub. They don't get access to you. You got to cut those people off. If they can't pay the cover charge, they don't get access to the Hoppin' Poppin' nightclub. You are a nightclub, and the cover charge is your boundaries. If someone can't pay them and can't pay that cover charge and don't respect your boundaries, they don't have access to you. Okay? Remember that. You are as important as you put yourself in that worth of what is that cover charge $5? Is it $10? What is it? Is it a level of respect? Is it honesty? Is it integrity? Is it generosity? Is it kindness? Those are your boundaries. If somebody doesn't display generosity, if they're not generous with their time, if they're not generous with how they share things with you, if they're literally just asking you how your day is every single day and being like, tell me what you did today, how was your day, how was your day, how was your day, and not giving anything about themselves and how their day was, that's being stingy. That's not being generous. I don't allow stingy people in my life. Generosity is one of my boundaries. If you are a stingy person, if you're stingy with your time and you're stingy with the way you operate and what you want from me, you want me to text you all the time with everything that I'm doing, but you're not there available to text me about you, that's being stingy. That is a boundary, and that person doesn't get access to my Hop and Poppin' nightclub. They don't get access to me. So in coaching, I can help you come up with boundaries, have some emotional boundaries, and figure out what the cover charge is to your nightclub. If you want to book with me, you can go to the link in my bio and book a coaching session. Another thing I do is I offer a community for anybody here who's looking for other people in this healing space to feel not alone, to feel heard, to feel seen, to feel like you matter, that your story, I believe it. I thought we only said stingy in Ireland. We always use that word. I don't use it often because I don't believe in stingy. I don't want people who are stingy. It's like liars. I don't want liars, and I don't want stingers. What is the word for stingy? But yeah, I offer a community. So if you go to the link in my bio, if you want to join my Facebook support group, I have a Facebook support group that's called Rollercoaster of Love, Inc. And this is a support group for anybody who's healing from narcissistic abuse. It is a private group, so you can only be joined by anyone who's in my lives or in my content or has access to the link that's in my bio. But if you want to join that group, you could meet other people in the community. You might be dealing with something that somebody else is dealing with. You might share a part of your story that might inspire someone and help someone. And you could connect with other people, maybe even in your area. So if you want to join that group, it is a free group to join, and you can be a part of that community. Another thing that I do is I offer stinge bag, we say for stingers. Stinge bags. Oh, I love that. Hey, I don't want a stinge bag. Don't be a stinge bag. Oh, Murph, that's hilarious. I love that. Rollercoaster of Love, definitely not stingy. She's always communicated with all of us on TikTok Live. I love you all. Honestly, Lori has been with me since the beginning, since even before I set up this account. Lori is one of my all-time favorite people. So, thank you. Always appreciate your words, Lori. Always appreciate your words. What do we think about catching someone in white lies? I don't believe in white lies. I don't believe in any lies. I believe in honesty. It depends on what the white lies are. Right? There's a little difference between soothing someone and manipulating for good. So I might say that I'm doing great when really I'm just doing fine. Is that a lie? Or am I just trying to make the situation better? That's manipulating for good. If someone is lying about where they were, or lying for no reason at all just because they can try to get away with it, that's manipulating for bad, for their own benefit. They're not manipulating for good. They're manipulating for bad. So it really depends on what the lie is. I'm so happy that you've opened your eyes and that my videos have been helping. So another thing that I offer, guys, is as part of a community, and I talk about the 3 ways to heal from narcissistic abuse. One being this knowledge and education and understanding what you went through. That's the education part of it. The second thing would be self-love and self-care. So practicing self-love, acts of self-love, and doing self-care routines like practicing gratitude, meditating, exercising, being one with nature, being one with, getting involved with candles, any type of fire. If you want to listen to music, go for a drive. So any types of ways to practice self-care. And if you do want to pick up my 31 ways of practice of how to practice self-care, there is a digital download on the link in my bio, and you can pick that up if you need some ideas on how to practice self-care. But the third thing, what we're talking about, is community. And community is one of the most important things that we need to do to heal from narcissistic abuse. Education and awareness, self-love and self-care, and community. These are the 3 pillars of learning how to heal yourself from narcissistic abuse. Not only do I have the Facebook group, but I have a monthly coaching session that I do every month at the end of every month where we talk all about this. We go all around in a circle and talk about everything that we're dealing with. Every month there's a new topic. This month is sold out and it sells out really fast. So if you ever want to book one of those, the tickets are available for September 25th, which is the September registration. If you want to register for that, you can go to the link in my bio and go under monthly group coaching session, register here. I'll email you about coaching. We're on different time zones, obviously, so try to work something between. No, yeah, you know what? You can email me or Murph if you want to go to the link in my bio. I have a booking system that sets it up in your time zone. So you can just select a day, select a time, go through the steps. Anyone who wants to book with me can just go to the link in my profile and just either hit the 30-minute coaching session and it'll bring you right to my calendar. Once you see my calendar, it'll go into your time zone and show you exactly the times that I have available for you. And you can just book it like that. Just follow the steps. Absolutely. Yeah. It books it in your time zone, so you never have to get messed up with the time zone, because I'm in Mountain Standard Time. So I live in Alberta in Canada. So right now it is 11:56 and I'm going to be on for another 20 minutes. Can you tell me the difference between the good charmers and the bad charmers? So I believe all charmers are bad. That's what I believe. And now everything is subjective, right? So you can change, you can have your opinions as well. But I believe that anyone who's using charm, it's a form of manipulation. Charm is not authentic. We confuse charm with charisma. Charisma is a natural energy that people have where people are drawn to them. People want to be near them. I believe I have charisma. I believe people want to be near me because I think I have a unique ability to connect with most people because I'm my authentic self and I know how to self-express and I know how to make people feel comfortable and safe because I'm comfortable and safe with myself. That's charisma. Charm. Think of the word charm. What is a snake charmer? What does a snake charmer do? A snake charmer does something and hypnotizes the snake to make the snake do something that they don't want to do. Right? Thank you, Lori. A snake charmer manipulates the snake to do this dance and come out of do this little dance out of its little jar or whatever. So they're trying to get the snake to do something they don't want to do. That's a charmer. Someone who is charming you is trying to seduce you. Exactly. Thank you. Trying to hypnotize you. Mind control. Look at me. Look at me. I am your soulmate. I am the one for you. I'm going to put a spell on you. Right? I'm going to make you fall in love with me. That's a charmer. That's charm. The reason why a narcissist uses their charm is to manipulate you to trust them. Trust is built over time, guys, okay? You don't need to charm someone to trust you right away. You don't need someone to be like, hey, look at me, look at me. And a narcissist will use their charm to manipulate. That's the difference. I don't believe there's anything like a good charm. I think people have charisma, and that's a natural energy where people are drawn to them. But someone who is charming is really just trying to put on a mask, put on a show for you to fall for them. The more you say, the more it adds up. You just keep adding it up. Keep adding it up. And remember, when we're with narcissists, nothing adds up. Nothing adds up. Let's see what we can have. Some questions in here. Can a narcissist not be physically abusive? Yeah, the narcissist that I married wasn't physically abusive at all. At all. But that means he didn't punch me, kick me, hit me. He didn't do any of those things. But did you know that sleep deprivation is physical abuse? Did you know that? Did you know that when a narcissist wakes you up in the middle of the night to interrogate you and make you feel like you just have to be, you have to say whatever it is they're accusing you of. What? You cheated on me. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about this. And you can't sleep. And then the fight is over and they sleep like a baby and you're awake and you have a bad sleep. You know what that does to you? That's physical abuse. It affects you mentally and physically. That's physical abuse. And did you also know that if a narcissist drives around recklessly and starts yelling at you in the car and starts driving around scaring you and you're scared of your life like you're going to get into an accident, that intimidation there, that's also physical abuse. Did you also know that if they punch the hole in the wall right beside your head, that's also physical abuse? So even though we say that they weren't physical with us, there are ways that they can physically abuse you and abuse you in such a way that your body, your physical body, is affected, where you cannot sleep, where you are tense and scared and hypervigilant, and you have a lack of appetite. That type of psychological abuse can turn into physical abuse because it is physically affecting your body. Oh my God, so true. He wakes me up in the middle of the night to interrogate me. Yes. What is a covert narcissist? A covert narcissist is somebody who usually just uses their victimhood to make everyone look like the bad guy. They're usually under the radar. It's hard to detect. They're not overt, so they might not be like this ostentatious, arrogant person. They're kind of like on the down low, and a lot of them blame everyone and the whole entire world for all of their downfalls. Gosh, I have so much to learn. I'm sick. June, I got you, girl. You can be here in this community. We're all healing together. If you want to sign up for my group coaching session, go to the link in my bio. You can sign up for that. I feel like he took pieces of me and left, and those traits he took to me to win people over. Yes, they do that. You know what they do, guys? Okay, a narcissist is basically like a Lego. They're like a building of Legos. They go around. June Marshall, you follow the page she mentioned. Narc Avengers. Yes, we're all on that page. Narcissists go around and they pick qualities from every single person that they're dating. They pick qualities here, here, here. They grab a Lego piece, they tack it on. They grab another Lego piece, they tack it on. They grab another Lego piece, tack it on. Grab another Lego piece. Legos, all over. Until they're this big walking Lego. And they act as if they know everything. They're not very creative, you guys. Narcissists are not creative at all. They're picking up all the qualities from you. They're building the mask as they walk around to the next person, the next person, the next person. They're learning how to be a better narcissist because of you. And they put this mask on and they pretend to be you. So when they move on to the next person, they picked up what does empathy look like? Okay, well, she told me how empathy looked like, so now I'm going to pretend I'm empathetic to this person. That's what they do. How can we heal from the brainwash, question our own sanity feeling? Yes, so what you're talking about is cognitive dissonance. You are talking about a literal mind fuck. So does anyone here know what cognitive dissonance is? Cognitive dissonance, put your hands up if you already know what it is. But I'll explain it to you. Cognitive dissonance is two or more competing thoughts in our mind like this. He says he loves me, but he's cheating on me. Right? She says, I'm the best thing that she's ever had. And yet, she's calling me worthless and a piece of crap. So that's two competing thoughts. We don't know which one to pick because our brain's like, whoa, what's going on here? It's a mind fuck. We don't know what's going on. So we go for the I love yous. We go for the he's the best thing, she's the best thing ever. We go for that because it's easier. It's easier to have that than the person hit me. He says he loves me, but he hits me. I guess he loves me. That's the way I'm going to go. This is where we go because it's easier to go that way. Right? It's emotional and rational brain fighting against each other is what it feels like. Yeah. So we have to learn how to work with our rational brain, our logical mind. We have a logical mind and an emotional mind. And a narcissist knows how to play on our emotional mind. So when we have this feeling of total inconsistency where we're totally brainwashed by them, it's because we're so confused. We don't know which one to pick. How do we heal from that? We understand the truth. We learn what narcissistic abuse is, and we get to a place of healing so that we know exactly what to do when somebody else starts treating us like that. We start thinking with our logical mind. We think with logic, emotion, and spiritual. Those are the three ways we think. And these types of energies, these thought processes that happen, they get so heavily swayed when people are manipulating one or the other. We stop thinking logically, especially if we're in a romantic relationship with a narcissist who we've had sex with, who we've, built a family with, have had children with, have had some deep emotions with. So we're going to think with our emotional mind. Do we think logically with the guy at the dry cleaner? Right? Or, the gas station attendant? Of course, because they're not connected to us emotionally. So we have to disconnect with the narcissist emotionally in order for us to think logically. So learning about this, coaching with me, being in a space of healing where you know what you're going through can help. Do you ever take live request vids when you're live? Sometimes I do. I'm not going to do it tonight, but I will at some point. I haven't on live on TikTok. But Death Smoke, if you, or on Instagram, but if you follow me on TikTok, I do it a lot on TikTok because you can do the boxes and I can take like 4 people. How do you disconnect emotionally? So disconnecting emotionally takes practice. This is something that I can help you with, Haley. If you do want to book a coaching session with me, just go to the link that's in my bio and book with me. I can help you with this. There's a lot of little tactics and a lot of methods that can be used when we talk with a narcissist and communicate with them. There's things like gray rocking, yellow rocking. There's things like, even going no contact or low contact. There's cutting off emotionally by doing a lot of self-care and self-love and putting yourself first. And then just practicing what emotional boundaries look like. So that could be something that I can help you with in coaching if that's something you're interested in doing. Will a narcissist ever come to terms with what they've done? It just seems unfair. So a narcissist can, if they are self-aware and they understand that they were the one in the storm causing the tornado. They're in the middle of a tornado while everything is chaotic all around them. They're the one in the eye of it, thinking that everyone's the problem. I'm unfazed. Y'all are messed up all around me. I'm fine. You're all the problem, not me. They're the one creating the storm, the chaos. They create it, and everyone around them is swirling around, fighting for their lives, and they're sitting in the middle just being like, I don't know what's wrong with everyone. Literally, I'm the best thing ever. They're unfazed. So will they ever admit to a problem that they don't even think they are? Well, no, unless they realize it and see it. They have to be able to be self-aware. If you want to follow some of the other Narc Avengers, I am one of them. There's 16 of us that talk about narcissistic abuse. 2 of us are self-aware narcissists. Raw Motivations and Mental Healness are the 2 self-aware narcissists that are in our group. So if you go to Narc Avengers and follow us, you can see them. Their content is on point. And those 2 are self-aware, but they are also narcissists and they understand that they are narcissists. They give you a perspective of a narcissist. So I would urge you to follow them if you have any questions about the perspective of a narcissist. Also, if you follow me and subscribe to my YouTube channel, so if you go to the link in my bio and you find my YouTube, you can subscribe to it. I have a full live where I'm talking to a self-aware narcissist about this type of abuse and getting his perspective on what it's like to be a narcissist. If you want to watch that video, that's a really great live. And if you ever miss any of my lives or my TikTok lives, you can subscribe to my YouTube and watch them there. Why do narcissists blame us for the things they did? Because they don't ever think they did anything. And they also have this superiority complex, right? They feel like they're entitled. So there's 9 behavioral traits of narcissism. 9 behavioral traits. One of them is a sense of entitlement. They feel like they're above all the rules. It's always a double standard. They will blame you for the shit they did because they don't know how to take accountability for it. I don't go through their profile to browse anymore just to make adjustments. What do you mean? I wondered if every ex has actually cheated in one way or another, or individual. That can happen too. It can't, but it makes a narcissist dumping it into a new person. Can you, I don't understand that question. What I'm gathering is you're wondering if a narcissist, if all narcissists cheat. I just made a post about this. I believe that all narcissists cheat. You're absolutely amazing. Death Smoke, you're such a sweetheart. Thank you. I believe that they all cheat in one way, shape, or form. If they're not cheating on you by infidelity, they're cheating to win a stupid little game. My ex used to cheat on Monopoly all the time. He would take money out of the banker, and he would cheat. He would cheat at poker games. He would even cheat at some big poker games that we would play and take extra chips. He did it at a casino once and he got banned. Like, they don't feel like the rules, they're above the rules. They don't follow the rules, right? He would fake documents. Narcissists can fake documents. They can try to cheat their way to a promotion, cheat their way to a job that they don't deserve. They cheat their way out of a speeding ticket. It's not that they cheat on you by deceiving you in a way, but cheating is a way to deceive and going these extra steps to do something that they don't deserve. So because of that entitlement, they will cheat. They feel as if the rules don't apply to them, even when they make up the rules themselves. There's always a double standard with a narcissist. So yeah, I believe narcissists cheat. I believe they all cheat. Can a narcissist really be sorry? My husband cheated on me and now he's crying rivers and begging for a chance. You know what? If they're sorry, okay, so an apology can only be accepted when there's changed behavior. So there are 3 things that make up an authentic apology. 3 things that make up an authentic apology. 1, the person apologizing needs to empathize with what you're doing and how you're feeling. They need to be able to empathize. They need to be able to say, listen, I know what I did affected you. I know it. I'm sorry it affected you this way. I understand how I hurt you. They have to get into your experience and be able to feel it. That's 1. Number 2, the narcissist or the person apologizing has to be able to exactly say what they did and take accountability for exactly the thing in detail. I cheated on you. I'm sorry for that. Not, I'm sorry I got caught. Not, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Not, I'm sorry, but... Not, I guess I'm sorry. They have to actually take that accountability and be responsible for that shit that they did that they're sorry for. So 1, they have to empathize with you and how you feel about what they did. And number 2, they have to have accountability and take responsibility for it. And the third thing is, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Right? That is not an apology, guys. That is not taking accountability at all. I'm sorry you misunderstood what I said. I'm sorry there's a misunderstanding here, right? That's not an apology. So they have to empathize, they have to take responsibility. And what's the third thing? And I just said it. All I heard was, I'm sorry, let's have sex. Yeah. Narc's favorite apology. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you feel that way. Come find out he's only married and has revenge to his ex. Oof. What's that third thing? I said it. Changed behavior. Thank you, June. You're the best. Changed behavior. A narcissist has to actually make amends and change that behavior completely. So it's not, hey, I'm sorry I cheated on you. I understand it hurt you. Okay, you're sorry? Great. Take you back, and then they cheat on you again. No, that's not. But you apologized. But here's the messed up thing about a narcissist and why this is really messed up, okay? This is the most messed up thing about a narcissist. If you accept a narcissist's apology, you give them permission to do it again. Let me say that again. If you accept a narcissist's apology, you give them permission to do it again. Because a narcissist takes an admission of their guilt and apology as consent. They take it as consent. So they're not going to change the behavior. They don't subscribe to the normal, regular, typical people who apologize. If you apologize, you take responsibility, you have empathy for the other person you're apologizing to, and you change the behavior. Shit, I realized what I did was really shitty. I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry that I did that. It wasn't my intention. I will never do that again. I am sorry. I realized that I did that. That's something I will never do again. And I understand how hurt you are. I get that. I'm fully accountable for that. And I will never do that again. That's an apology. And we don't know if that apology is a real apology until months later, years later, or the pattern has ended. When we are with narcissists, we have to think about the patterns. There's a pattern being developed with a narcissist here. Yes, it's a mind game from the beginning. Thank you guys for being here. By the way, if you're just coming in, my name is Ro. I have 3 minutes left on the live, so I just want to say my goodbyes and give you ways to work with me and let you know how you can contact me. Again, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor of 15 years. I help people heal from their narcissistic relationships, help you get out of a narcissistic relationship or an abusive one. I can help you identify if there's a toxic person in your life, and if there is, how to create emotional boundaries and how to heal and how to move forward and get to a place where you trust yourself and love yourself. I believe in community. I believe in self-care and self-love. I believe in this space that you are not alone. I will hear you. I will listen to you from a place of love. I am here for you, and you are heard. You are important. Your trauma is valid. If you want to work with me as a coach, I offer one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching. So if you want to be part of our monthly group coaching events that happen every single month, we talk about narcissistic abuse, but we also talk about specific topics every single month that can help you. You never know who you're going to help. You never know who you will hear something and it'll inspire you to do something big, something huge in your life. So I want you to know that you're not alone. Every day on the side of freedom is always going to be far better than that day with the narcissist. Even your very worst day on the side of freedom will be far better than the very best day you ever had with that narcissist. Abuse is never okay. We deserve healthy. We deserve love. I'm happy that you're here. Minivan life and traveling to the States to heal and restoration. Anything you can do to heal. I love that. I love that. Freedom is in your hands. I love this username. So guys, thank you so much for being here. Yes, 100%. Before I leave, why don't you just pop in the chat if you're still here? Pop in the chat your freedom date. When was the day that you decided you were done with that narcissist or the day that you left them? I'll tell you, mine is November 15th, 2019. November 15th, 2019. You know what? I'll even put it in my own chat. Why not? November 15th, 2019. 19. Today! Amazing. August 4th. There's me. November 15th, 2019. Today, July 1st, 2020. Yes. A freedom date is the day you decided to go no contact, the day you decided you were with a narcissist, the day you got divorced, the day you left them, the day you separated. Whatever the freedom date is for you, pop it in the chat. I want you to know something. If you do not have a freedom date yet, and you're learning from my videos, and you're trying to get out of a situation, one, I can help you. You can book a coaching session with me, which is all online. You can book a coaching session with me and I can 100% help you get out of it. But I want you to know something. Look at me. You are going to get out of this. I promise you. You're going to have a freedom date. It's going to be right here in this chat one day. You're going to share it with us and we're all going to be here snapping for your celebration of freedom. Okay, guys? So let's snap. Anybody who's at home right now, just take a break from typing and snap with me. We are snapping in our celebration of freedom. Okay, guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Let's stay narc free, and I will see you another night. Bye, guys.